Hey guys, I'm just outside of Clinton, Mississippi, and I'm at a location that I think even if you were touring the Mississippi or on a family vacation or something like that, I'm at a site that you normally wouldn't put on your radar. I saw it on a YouTube video one time and I was kind of intrigued by it and pretty much forgot about seeing it or even knowing where it was at, but I happened to see it on my maps while I was kind of mapping out interesting things to do as I go state to state, and I came across it again. Where I'm at is the Mississippi River Basin model. Again, it's near Clinton, Mississippi, and what it is a large-scale hydraulic model of the Mississippi River. And what's cool about this, it's a model of the entire Mississippi Basin, and it was built in 1943 and it was in operation up until I'm thinking 1973, and it covers over 200 acres. The thing is massive, and I'll show you pieces of it here in a minute. In 1993, the city of Jackson actually bought the property with intentions of restoring it and making it a kind of a tourist destination. However, the costs were so much that they kind of abandoned that idea, and now the buildings, as you'll see, sit abandoned. The thing is falling into pretty bad disrepair. I mean, it's all falling apart now, and it's sad, but again, they couldn't afford to maintain it. It's on the 10 most endangered list for the Mississippi Heritage Trust, and they're doing what they can to try and save it, but we'll see. And that's kind of why I wanted to record it, is because it's kind of like the stuff on Route 66 when I'm on there. I try to document stuff that may not be around for 10 more years or whatever. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll do my best to try and get as much of it as I can. So let's go see the buildings. As you can see, it would have taken a lot of water to be able to make the model work, and so that's their water reserve tower. And over here is actually the pumping station. I've got pictures of the inside I'll share with you, but we'll go take a peek. And this was where the water was brought into. You can see the holding pond. And I imagine this would be where, judging by all these electronic boxes and whatnot, how they would, I guess, monitor the amount of water being pumped into the model at one time. Basically what they were trying to do is find out the major floodplains and stuff like that, and try and figure out where the high-risk areas were. And by being able to adjust the amount of water flowing into the Mississippi River, they would be able to tell how much it would take to, say, overflow a levee downstream. So that's what the model was all about. Pretty cool, but got pictures of that. Now let's go over here. Again, this is where I think they actually would have been able to adjust the water flow. That was the pumping station, the hydraulic pumping station. But, oh, yeah. This is where I believe that they would actually pump the water in and out of to create the flow in the river. And I'm just guessing, I don't really know. I'll go up over here. Last time I went the other way and didn't realize that there were stairs. All right, and still. All right. Oh, watch your head. It's warm in here. All this metal. It's like 65 degrees. It's February, or I'm sorry, March 7th, I think. Step over this. So, yeah, this looks like a great big piston-driven thing. So this must have been the hydraulics where they would pump the flow. Pretty cool. I've been in enough of these old abandoned buildings that you really pay attention to the floor. Even though I try to keep my camera level, I'm constantly looking at the floor or the ground or whatever for any kind of hazards. Because it's happened before. I've stepped through floors and stuff like that. Something to be aware of, especially somewhere like this. As you can see, down this road, they've got all kinds of wells. And I don't know how deep they are. Those don't appear to be too deep down that end. But all the same, you probably not feel so well if you fell into one. So, it's gotta hurt. We'll go out the back door here. And then, yeah, then I'll walk you on down and let's start looking at the model. 200 acres, that's a lot of land for a model. Sad to see this all falling into, you know, back to nature and stuff, because it has an amazing history. And it'd be sad to see it go. So I'm going to go ahead and drive around the corner. You can see some other cars over there, and that's where the model begins. And then we'll just start walking from there. So I'll see you in the next little clip. So if I'm reading the map correctly, which I believe I am, this is a simulation of the little hills and valleys and whatnot. That would take place near Kansas City, in the Kansas City area. This would be the whole entire floodplain. Obviously, the river would have started flowing if you look upstream, so to speak. Originating in Omaha and flowing down here into Kansas City, and then of course from Kansas City flowing downstream towards St. Louis. Pretty interesting how everything's just, the detail in this is just amazing. You would have to see it to believe it, but all the elevations and stuff that are carved in or set into the concrete to represent the actual river is amazing. Again, to see this all fall away, it's a shame. It's a shame, the amount of work that must have went into this. Get here, obviously this would have been a station where they could adjust the flow rate to the model of the river. Again, this is the how it would look in Kansas City, and I guess you'd have to do a Google satellite image to really get an idea. Pretty amazing. Check out this building. I don't know what it was. sure this was a door. It is now. Watching for boards with nails in them and stuff. Yeah, no idea what this was. I am kind of surprised though. Maybe before I say that, I should check this out. Yeah, no, it's just dirty. I am kind of surprised to see this building in such disrepair, and yet, and with all the high humidity, but I don't see any mold. Don't smell it either. Which is good. I wouldn't be in here. Again, don't know what it is. We'll walk a little bit further down, or drive down, I guess, down to the point of St. Louis. Another thing too they've got is miles of all this screen here that I'm getting tangled up in. And what it was used for, I don't know. I would sure like to. I'll have to look it up, find out what it was used for. But there, you can see there's mountains of it all over the place. So I don't know if it was just to catch the debris or what, but lots of it. Another pump over there, an old pump. I want to head back over to the RV and drive down to the St. Louis point. So I believe this is some more control stations down here. Down here, I believe, would have been a model of the St. Louis portion of the Mississippi Basin. And now we see a lot of that screen down on the path now. Maybe that'll help us understand what it is. These must have been control buildings or something. I have no idea. Yeah, definitely want to keep your eye out. Holes like this stuff everywhere. But yeah. Yeah, no idea what all that screen's for. But if you're in St. Louis, this is how the floodplain looks to you. And I'm going to go ahead and walk out a little bit. See if we can get the detail and the elevation and stuff. See here where the river was, and nice little cliff ledge, and then over here rolling hills and whatnot. And I'm sure each one of these markers will tell you the specific location, but I don't know what they mean. So this is St. Louis. I don't think I can go much further. You kind of get the idea anyways. Pretty amazing. I mean, just looking for something to do. You're passing through Jackson. This is a little bit of a off the beaten path, but it's not too bad. It's like 15 minutes off the highway is all, Highway 20. Stop in and see it. It's pretty interesting history. And who knows how much longer it's going to be here. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Like my channel. It always helps. It's free. And I can always use the subscribers. So enjoy. Have a great day. See ya.